because like I said, I want to respect y'all's time. It's a lot of information, and I really don't want to go over an hour call. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Let me make sure y'all can all see that. Can everyone see? Can y'all give me like a thumbs up? Okay. So everyone's good. All right. So y'all, let me make this bigger. How do I make this bigger? Okay. No, I don't like that because I can't see y'all. Sorry. Give me 1 second. All right, we're just gonna do it like that. Okay, it's fine. All right, so tonight I want to really quick go over a few reminders before we start talking about rank and income. The first thing is the All Access Challenge Pack. Y'all, make sure you look it up and you understand it. I've been getting a lot of questions about it. A lot of people are, like thinking that it's just for one program or you have to pick a program. Make sure you look it up. Y'all literally Google Beachbody FAQ All Access Challenge Pack. It is access to every single program that we have currently, plus for the entire year, plus the 3 new programs. They announced at Super Saturday this week, and they're releasing 3 new programs this upcoming year. So you get access to those 3 programs along with access to every other program that we have through Beachbody On Demand for an entire year. That, y'all, in itself, like, is mind-blowing to me because a program, like, alone, like, when I bought Core de Force, I think I paid, like, what, $50, right? Around that, maybe even a little bit more. I don't remember how much I paid to, like, get the actual DVDs and stuff, but it's so worth it. You pay $200 for your shakeout, like for the All Access Challenge Pack. They would pay $200 for their Shakeology, for the containers, and access to every single program, plus the 3 that are coming out this year. So I'm not even, like, when I'm having conversations right now, I'm not bringing up the 21-Day Fix Challenge Pack. I'm not bringing up, the Core de Force Challenge Pack. That's pointless because they could literally pay 21-Day Fix right now is still $140, which is changing. I think it only lasts till the 13th that it's on sale. But they would only pay, what, $60 more for access for an entire year to every program. So that is what I'm talking to people about. Yeah, if people tell me they're on a budget, I will bring that up if, like, money is the biggest objection. But if you break down what they're getting, y'all, like, it still blows my mind. It's crazy that they're doing that. Also, make sure you're like reaching out to your old customers, letting them know, especially those on Beachbody On Demand, they can upgrade their accounts for $99 for the whole year. It's cheaper if they're doing it than if they like do that, then rather do it like quarterly, right? They'd save money because quarterly it's like $42 every 3 months, whereas this is just $99 for the whole year. So make sure that you are letting your old customers know. Like, my check last week was one of the biggest checks I got, and majority of that, y'all, was subscriptions from Beachbody On Demand. Like, I just realized that today when I was showing one of my coaches, one of my new coaches, that I was like, oh wait, like my on demand or my subscription commission was like $300 and something just from my subscription commission. That's just from people upgrading to Beachbody On Demand. Like, mind blown, right? All right. So let's get into this call. I just want to remind y'all about that. And that also gets you 3 Success Club points from March and from January and February. You get 3 Success Club points when you sell those All Access Challenge Packs, y'all. Remember, this month especially is double Success Club points for the Mexico trip. Even if you're not getting invited to the Mexico trip, hitting Success Club will get you invited to the next trip, right? So make sure you are hitting Success Club every month. If you're a Success Club Legend and a Success Club All-Star, you get to register early with Premier and Elite. So don't get discouraged if you don't get to sign up for this upcoming trip. Work your butt off this year and make sure you're hitting Success Club every month so then you can register for the next one. All right, y'all, I'm gonna move on. So the first thing is, I want to make sure y'all all understand, yes, we are in this to help people. That is our #1 goal. It is to help people. It's not to make money. It's not to, be salesy. Like, that's not who we are, but it is nice to get some income, right? I mean, we have to live, we have to eat. Many of you have bills to pay. This is my full-time job. I have to make some type of income. So it just goes it just makes it better knowing that my paychecks are because I am helping people, right? So they came up with this thing called the vital process. This is not the same thing as the 4 vital behaviors. This is different, okay? The vital process is what helps you start to grow your team. So the number one thing is get clients started. Getting them to get signed up with a challenge pack, right? Get into your next challenge group. That is part of our 4 vital behaviors, being a product of the product and sharing your journey and getting people interested and getting them to join you in your challenge groups, right? The next thing is getting them results. So I don't know if y'all's groups are going as awesome as my group right now, but my challenge group right now is one of the best challenge groups I've ever ran, and I've been running these groups for over almost 3 years. I don't know if it's the new format that we're using. I don't know if it's just because it's January, but my group has been I had to turn off the notifications. So many people were commenting and it was just nonstop, which is awesome, right? So these people are already seeing results. We had people already posting they're down 8 pounds in a week. They're down 10 pounds in a week. Some of them haven't necessarily lost that much weight, but they're still getting results. They're still losing inches and fitting into clothes that they haven't fit into. So that's the second part of this is get your challengers kick-ass results. If your challenge groups are not as active, you have to be in there, y'all. You have to be pumping them up. Go live. Explain why these groups are so important and why their participation is so important. I'm telling you, I know most of you started a week behind, but I'm in my second week, my week 2 of my challenge group, and we are in our little teammate challenge. And this teammate challenge has brought out people that haven't participated this entire time. It is crazy. It's awesome. I love it. But getting them, this is what gets them results, right? Yes, our programs are awesome. Yes, Shakeology is bomb.com. But what really gets these people results are you're kind of holding them to their goals. All right. So that's the second vital part of the vital process. The next is transitioning them to a coach. So for many of you, you know that I have these sticky notes on my computer. I write down the person's name when they order and the date that they order. And the reason why I do this is because I remind my customers and my challengers to cancel their Shakeology order before it ships out and charges them. Now Beachbody sends them an email reminding them, but it doesn't matter. Most people don't check their email. And this makes it more personal. You're reaching out and you're saying, hey, I just want to remind you that your Shakeology HD order ships out and charges you on the 16th. If you're loving it as much as I love it, I can send you more information about how you can get a discount on it. If you see people in your challenge groups that are really kicking butt and motivating one another and they're standing out, they're posting pictures on their social media without you having to tell them to do it. They're reaching out to other people to help other people without you really encouraging them to do that. They're already acting as a coach, right? They're already showing those coach, I guess, what's the word I want to use? Coach habits. They're already doing that. And why would you not message them saying, hey girl, you are freaking rocking it in our challenge group. You're so motivating. You're pumping everyone else up. Have you ever thought about doing what I do as a coach? Right? Why would you not want to do that? And if they're no, I've never really thought about it, or I don't even know what that is, then talk to them about it. Explain what we do. Tell them you're literally doing what I do and you're just not getting paid for it. Right? So explain it like that. Break down the discount for them. Tell them what they get as far as how they save money on Shakeology. As a coach, you save about $25 to $30 a month on Shakeology, even with your $15 fee. All right. So break that down for them. I saw we have a question. I will get to it right after I finish this. And then number 4 is develop and mentor your coaches. So don't just sign up your coaches, even if they're just here for the discount, y'all, and then, okay, you're a coach now, abandon them or forget who they are. They're still, especially if they're just here for the discount, you know, you still need to invite them into your challenge groups. You still need to check in with them. Act like they're a challenger, especially if they're here for the discount. Never discount a discount coach though. I was a discount coach. I joined for the discount and wanted nothing to do with the business. So don't, you know, just because they're a discount coach, to be like, oh, they're on Shakeology, they're fine. Like, no, make sure they get involved in the community, in the challenge groups every single month. Because you want to make sure those people, if you're getting them involved, are going to stay around longer, number one. And number two, you never know who's going to decide one day, like, I want to be a coach. I want to actually actively coach. There's no difference. They're not doing anything different. They're still paying the $15 fee that you're paying, which is the coach fee. They're still, you know, involved in the challenge groups if you're inviting them to them, right? So there's no difference. They would just start posting. So you need to make sure you are doing all 4 of these in order for you to start really building your rank and your income. Let me see what question we had. I saw we have some coach qualities. Oh, no, that was not a question. All right, yeah. Thank you, Chrissy, for giving me that word, because that's what I was looking for, coach qualities. If they are showing that they have the same qualities as we do as a coach, if it's someone, or even if it's someone that like you want on your dream team, you think that this person would be a rock star coach, tell them. It's not going to hurt for you to reach out and say, hey, you've been kicking butt in our challenge group, like, why not sign up as coach? If it's someone that's been on Shakeology HD, y'all, get them signed up. They're wasting their money by ordering Shakeology every month at regular price. They're wasting their money. They're wasting $25 to $30 a month. Like, makes no sense, right? Get them signed up as a coach. All right, does anyone have questions about the vital process? 4 things. This, again, is not the same thing as the 4 vital behaviors. This kind of coincides with the 4 vital behaviors. You have to be, you know, being a product for the product yourself and getting people interested, running your challenge groups, inviting people to a challenge group, personal development. I mean, personal development should be a vital process in your life, or a vital behavior in your life anyway. And then recognizing them in your challenge groups. If you see, like I said, if you see a person, a challenger, kicking butt, recognize them for it, y'all. Recognize them for it. All right, I'm going to move on since there are no questions. All right, y'all. So if you're not familiar with what an emerald, you might hear the word emerald thrown out a lot, or ruby, or active diamond, right? This is how you get there. So for example, when you sign up, you are an active coach, right? So you have 50 personal volume points. You get signed up, you buy your challenge pack, you get signed up, you're an active coach. To be an active coach, you just need 50 points, volume points every 5 weeks. Everything that we have, I think, other than apparel, because I don't think apparel has PV, everything else that we have, Shakeology Boost, 3-day refresh, performance line, all of that has some type of PV points, which is personal volume points, connected to it. So when you place an order, or when your challengers place an order, you get those PV points under your account, right? So in order to stay active, you have to have some type of PV coming through every 5 weeks. All right, so that means your coaches, when they get signed up, say you sign up to your challengers that are kicking butt, and they want to sign up for the discount. They each sign up, their Shakeology orders go through, they're both active coaches. That means you are an emerald coach, all right? Usually people honestly skip Ruby, and the reason why they skip Ruby and automatically go, or kind of bypass Ruby and get to Diamond quicker, is because it's easier for you to get 8 coaches, 4 on each side. 1 on each side has to be Emerald. It's easier for you to get the 8 coaches. The hard part is getting your coaches to hit Emerald. Does that make sense? So most people don't get their Emeralds first and then add. Most people get, 8, 10 coaches underneath them, and then they're trying to get their coaches to hit Emerald. So most people bypass Ruby. I know I bypassed Ruby. A lot of coaches do that. Some people will hit Ruby first and then get to Diamond. But again, y'all, if you're adding challengers, if you are hitting Success Hub every month, you're hitting at least 2 to 3 people every month, right? Those 2 to 3 people,
No,
out of
Ellie.
those, sorry, I can hear some feedback.
Come on.
There you go. So, out of those 2 to 3 people hitting Success Club every month, some of them are gonna sign up as coaches. Some of them just for the discount. Some of them might want to build. So it's easier for you to get 4 coaches on each side than it is for you to get to those 2 emeralds. But if you find people that want to build and that are awesome challengers that want to be awesome coaches, those are the people that you can talk to about being emerald. And I'm going to go over why emerald's so important. But if you don't have right away, like when I first started, my diamond, like to get to diamond, I had all of these people, majority of them were discount coaches. All right. Obviously, you don't want to just build up a ton of discount coaches and then not have any builders. It just makes it harder on you. But a lot of people sign up their spouse. A lot of people sign up their best friend. I signed up my mom, and then I didn't sign up my dad till later, but I signed up my mom and I got her built to emerald. A lot of people will sign up their husbands or their spouses or someone really close with them and help them build to that emerald rank. So you have control. Like I have control now of both of my emeralds, my dad and my mom's business centers, right? So there's no reason that I should drop rank because I control them. Obviously, if you have people that are building, it's easier on you if you don't have to control them. If you have people that are building, then they should be able to run their own businesses and stay emerald. Hitting emerald is not hard, and hitting diamond is not hard. It's maintaining it. It's keeping that rank, and it's because coaches go inactive, especially discount coaches. They'll, postpone their Shakeology 1 month, or, they have someone has a return and it gets them negative PB, so they go inactive. You need to make sure you're checking in with your coaches as you're adding them. Not just because of rank, but you just want to make sure that they're staying on track. If they postpone their Shakeology, find out why. Is it because they have a stock full? Okay, well maybe then suggest them buying the combo boxes and selling the packets, right? They can make their money back, they can stay active, or you can suggest them ordering a 3-day refresh, the performance stack, which is a little bit cheaper than the Shakeology on HD, right? So things like that. Just make sure you're checking in on your downline all the time. At least once a week, you should be checking in on them, all right? Does anyone have questions about rank so far before I move on? Let me make sure I don't see anything in the chat. So I'm going to move on. All right. So emerald, what is this? Like I said, it's you plus 2. Why is it so important for you to hit emerald? Well, that's when you start making team cycle bonuses, y'all. And I can post a video on our team page to explain it more, but pretty much when your coaches, even if they're just discount coaches, they're ordering Shakeology, they're ordering anything. Like I said, that has some type of PV with it, right? So when one side right here, when one side hits 100 PV and the other side hits 200 PV, that equals 1 cycle bonus. All right, so let me repeat that. When one leg hits 100 PV and the other leg hits 200 PV, that equals 1 cycle bonus. So for an emerald and a ruby, that's $14. That might not seem like a lot, y'all, but multiply that by 5, 6, 20 cycle bonuses, right? If your team is building and building that volume and is growing every month, right? Your coaches are hitting Success Club. Your coaches are, adding more coaches to their team. That volume is going to accumulate, and that team bonus is going to get higher and higher and higher. That's how you make residual income. Okay. So you start to earn your team cycle bonuses. You also get carryover volume. So say like you have some volume left over, after it's gone through its cycle of like 100 and 200, say you have like 50 volume left, that carries over into the next week. So you're not like losing out on that volume. You're not like, getting screwed out of volume that you earn. The only way that you lose that volume is when you drop rank. So for me, like my volume, I'm like, no, I'm not losing my volume, right? So I do not drop rank. Like if I see someone is going inactive, especially as far as my diamond status goes, I reach out to them. I add a new coach if I need to, if those people aren't going active. But it's like, if you are instilling in your coaches why it's so important for them to stay active, especially if they're building, y'all. Your discount coaches are not going to stay active all the time. They're not. They'll be around for 3 to 4 months, maybe a little longer, but majority of your coaches, if they are discount coaches, will not stay around for forever. They're just not going to, unless they're lifers, which, like me, I will always be a Shakeology. I will drink Shakeology till the day I die, but not everyone's like that. And that's totally okay, but that means you need to keep adding coaches. You need to keep reaching out to new people. All right, so you get your team cycle bonus, you get your carryover volume, and then you're eligible, if you are hitting Success Club, you're eligible for customer leads and Success Club leads. What this is when someone orders from an infomercial or beachbody.com and you're hitting Success Club, those customers get assigned to you. So in the beginning, you don't make, like, for customer leads and Success Club leads, you don't make income off of their first order, but anything that they order after that, you make income off of. I've actually reached out to some of my leads, and some of my leads have been in my challenge groups. Some of my leads had never ordered Shakeology before, and when they're in our challenge groups, they see the Shakeology stuff, they see all these posts, they see all these people drinking Shakeology, and then they're like, well, what's this Shakeology stuff? Or I want that, like, I need that. So then they ordered challenge packs for me. Some of them have signed up as coaches on my team. So when you get a lead, all you have to do is email them. Majority of them, I'm not gonna lie, ignore me. But not all of them have ignored me. Some of them have followed back up with me. I try and find them on Facebook if I can. And it's free income, y'all, that you didn't have to do any work for, right? These people just get assigned to you. So why would you not want that? Why would you not want that, right? You do need, if you are trying to get leads, if you are an Emerald coach, you do have to have hit Success Club 5 or 10. You do need your Beachbody profile. In your profile, you need your picture set up and like a little bit of a bio. And you have to be Emerald like the night before. Like, so you hit Emerald when your rank changes on that Thursday. You have to have those 2 coaches signed up and active by 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, like that night before. Does that make sense? Yes, kind of see some yeses. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, I hope it does. If y'all have any questions about leads, like, just let me know. But that's why it's so important for you to be hitting Emerald status. And again, y'all, even if you have 2 coaches that are just there for the discount, if they're ordering Shakeology every month, as long as you are staying active as an Emerald coach, that carryover volume will lead up to that $14 team bonus. So that's why it's so important for you to push for Emerald. And also, once you get to Emerald, don't just stay there. Like, continue to try and add coaches to your team. Because for me, like, when I hit Emerald, I was like, okay, I have 2 coaches. Like, this is awesome. And then one of them dropped. And then I dropped drink. And I was like, wait, I don't understand. Like, I had 2 coaches, but one of them is inactive. Doesn't it mean I'm still Emerald? Like, no, you have to have 2 active coaches, one on each leg. So if you see someone's going inactive, or even before you see someone's going inactive, add another coach to that league. Then you won't have to worry about you dropping rank. All right. So the next thing, it's the same. I kind of went over this with Diamond, but just to reiterate, in order for you to be Diamond, you have to have 4 coaches on each leg, and one of those on each leg has to be Emerald. Again, y'all, if you are a Diamond coach, you are getting team cycle bonuses. You are growing your own team. They're growing their teams, right? And Diamond cycle bonus is $18 per cycle. Okay. So you want to make sure, like, you start to grow those teams. You start to reach out to the people that you see as being business builders. And not everyone's going to want to build this business. I totally understand that. But you never know who might. All right. So get them plugged into our team page, whether they are a discount coach or not. Get them plugged into the community, because when they see, because that's what made me say, wait a minute, I think I could do this. I want to be a part of that. I saw the community. I saw people going to events, and I was like, I want that. I want friends that, can help me in my journey. So get them plugged into that. All right. This is just so you know, Star Diamond. So this is each rank. It breaks it down. You have to have so many coaches, active coaches. This means you have 1 diamond underneath you. This means you have 2 diamonds underneath you, and so on. All right. It goes all the way up to 15 star diamond, right? So you could be a superstar diamond, which is 15 star diamond. And we'll talk about the perks of being a star diamond in just a minute. If y'all have any, like literally y'all, you can Google this, like Google star diamond Beachbody ranks, and this chart will pop up. I referred to this and this chart right here over and over again when I was a new coach, because I was like, all right, wait, how many coaches do I need for diamond? All right, I need 8. I need 4 on each side. So I would go and refer to it. I literally Googled this because, like I said, I didn't have any training. I didn't know any of this. I Googled it and I figured it out. But if you Google Beachbody rank, this will pop up, and so will this. So if you're trying to push for 1 star, if you're trying to push for 2 star, it's not just you having, especially like for 2 star, you have to have 12 PS coaches, including that diamond. So you have to have 6 coaches, active coaches on each side, including those 2 diamonds. All right. So just make sure, and you also have to have a higher PV, personal PV, to hold that rank. So make sure that you understand that whatever you're pushing for, you make sure you have that amount. You're not going to miss something by, not having enough active coaches. So I'm going to go over Premier and Elite just so y'all understand what it is, y'all. It might not make sense to you right now, especially as a new coach, but I wish my coach, or I wish I would have known what Premier and Elite was when I first started, because in all honesty, as a new coach, it's easier for you to hit it than it is for someone that's been in this business for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. All right. And I'll explain why in a minute. But this is the Premier qualifications. It's changed this year. And we are, if you didn't hear the news, we hit Premier this year. So we are a Premier team. That is freaking awesome. We can call ourselves, we actually can call ourselves a 2017 Premier team. So that's why this says Premier 2018. It is going to be your 2017 year if you are pushing for Premier this year, but you would be able to call yourself a Premier 2018. So does that make sense? I hear a baby. I don't know who it is. All right. So as a Premier coach, you have to have 135 Premier points. So pretty much the only difference between Premier and Elite is the number of diamonds you have to have. As a Premier coach, you have to have 2 diamonds underneath you. They have to be brand new diamonds this year. So say my 2 diamonds, or even diamonds, even people that are lifetime diamond, meaning they hit diamond, but then they dropped. If those people are the people that go diamond this year and they hold rank for the rest of the year, if I don't have 2 new diamonds that hit this year, I won't be Premier this year or Elite this year. Does that make sense? You have to have 2 new diamonds in 2017 who have never been diamond. They don't have to be new coaches, but they have to be new diamonds in 2017. So for most of you, none of you have had your coaches hit diamond, or you might not have hit diamond. So you don't really need to worry about that. But I just want to let you know for future things. If you're pushing for Premier, if you're pushing for Elite, and you have had coaches that hit diamond, last year, and those don't count. Yes, they count towards your rank, but they don't count towards Premier or Elite. So you have to have 135 points for both Premier and Elite. So let's focus on Premier first. There's 4 categories. There was 3. They added a 4th one. So the 4 categories are ATV, which is your advanced team volume, meaning your volume for 3 levels of coaches underneath you. So it's your personally sponsored coaches, their personally sponsored coaches, and their personally sponsored coaches. After that, you don't get ATV points for them, okay? It's just 3 levels underneath you. Woo! I almost dropped my dinner. Okay, so you have ATV, which is, like I said, the 3 levels underneath you. You get 1 point for every 10,000 in ATV from last year. So why I said earlier, it's easier for someone who hasn't been coaching like for super, super long, or even 2-3 years to hit these, is because your ATV probably is not crazy high. The reason why we were struggling so hard to get to Premier this year was because last year's ATV for my team was insane, because y'all rock. But it was insane. It was crazy high. And it was hard for us to get above that. So that's why we were like really having to push towards the end. But as a coach who hasn't really been in the business long, and that's why you see coaches who are coaching for a year or 2 years be in the top, like Bonnie Engel, or Ashley's, I don't know her last name, who's number 9 this year. She was 2-star last year. And it's easier, not that it's easy for them because it is a lot of work, but their ATV from the year prior was not as high as it is, as it can be this year, if that makes any sense. So you get 1 point for every time your ATV increases by 10,000. So say last year your ATV, your team volume was 10,000. If you go to 20,000, you get 1 point. If you go to 30,000, you get 2 points. Make sense? And as far as Premier goes, you don't have any limits on your maximum points. So you can literally have all your points, 135 points come from, it probably won't come from your ATV, but it could. So you could have 135 points from your PSPV. Like, it doesn't matter where these points go. Elite is a little different, but just so you know that it's unlimited. So that's the first category. The second is your 2017 personally sponsored coaches PV. So that only counts towards your brand new coaches for this year. So any coaches that signed up last year, their PV does count towards your ATV, but it doesn't count towards this category. And I show you some example here, and I'll post this slideshow in our team page so you can go refer to it. But it pretty much breaks down their PV and the total, and then you divide that by 500 because it's for every 500 PV produced by your 2017 PS coaches. And this doesn't have to be like 500 from one coach. Like it shows right here, 1,000 from one coach, 90 from another, 180 from another, 230 from another. And again, y'all, PV is any volume incurred from their personal orders or their customers' orders, right? So that would equal 3 points for the month of January. Again, it's unlimited maximum points. 2017, this is what they've just added, which is awesome. Because I mean, if you have customers that are buying stuff, you can earn elite and premier points. So they just added this category, this 2017 new customer PV. For every 500 PV produced by your customers that enrolled in 2017, you get 1 point. So any new customers that sign up with you this year, you get a point every time that equals 500. Well, y'all, the PV for the new challenge packs, I want to say are like 180. I could be wrong. It could be even more than that. I want to say it's 180. So if you're pushing for Success Club, 3 times 180 is more than 500, right? Or no, am I wrong? I'm really bad at math. So I could be totally wrong. Let me double check on that. So if you sell 3 challenge packs for 180 PV, yeah, that's 540 PV. So if you're hitting Success Club every single month, with that, you would get 1 point just from your customers, all right? As long as they're signing up as customers and they're not signing up as coaches, but you still get some from coaches because you have that PSPV for new coaches for this year. And then the next category is 2016 and 2017 PS Success Club coaches. So your coaches from last year and your coaches from this year, when they hit Success Club, you get a point. When you hit Success Club, those points double. So then you would get 2 points. All right. So I know this is a lot, y'all, and I just want you to know the reason why I'm sharing this is because this is doable for you. Even if you are an Emerald coach, you can go from Emerald to 2-star by the end of the year. It is totally doable for you. And I know some of you are thinking like, okay, right, sure. I've been pushing for Diamond. I can't get Diamond. Y'all, the reason why I hit 2 stars is because Christy Canefo went Diamond this year. She joined in July. I would not have been a 2-star Diamond Premier Coach without Christy. If you find people that want to build this business, that have that fire in them, and you show them how to do it, you don't just sign them up and say, all right, you're a coach, good luck. You show them how to do it. You mentor them. You get them plugged into our team trainings. You get them plugged into our challenge groups. This is totally possible for you. So that's why I'm showing it. I know it's a lot of information, and I know a lot of you are thinking like, this is just this is not doable for me. It is doable for y'all. It's so doable for y'all. So I just wanted to put this out there. Again, if y'all want to refer back to it, you totally can. I'll post it in the team page. This is Elite. Again, y'all, same thing. I'm not going to go through everything that I just went through. Same thing. Only difference is it's 5-star diamond. And you have to hold this rank for 1 week, both for Premier and for Elite. You have to hold this rank for 1 week in December. But remember, there is a 6-week qualifying. So if you are pushing to say you get to 1-star diamond, in order for you to be a 1-star diamond, you have to hold that rank for 6 weeks without dropping it. Same thing for 2-star and above, right? So if you are pushing for Premier, you'd have to start qualifying, I believe, in probably like the end of October to hold that rank, to be able to hold that rank for 1 week in December. Obviously, you want to hold the rank and you don't want to drop it at all, but I'm just letting y'all know, you do have to hold this rank and be a lifetime 2-star or a lifetime 5-star for 1 week in December. The only other difference between this, having 5-star or 2-star, you do have maximum points. So, for example, just putting this out there, Bonnie Engel this past year, had 800 points in her PSSC category. 800 points. All right, that's insane. My mind. If she had Success Club every month, that doubled. So still 400 points of that came from her coaches hitting Success Club. But obviously that she can't have 800 points just in Success Club and then call it a day, right? Like it has to be evenly distributed, or there's some maximum points there. So if you are wanting to push for Elite, again, y'all, totally doable. I know you might be thinking like, hell no, it's not doable. But my mentor at corporate told me that majority of people, it takes 2 years for them to hit Elite. And the reason why is because they start to understand it. They start to understand, okay, this is what I need. This is how many coaches I need to hit Success Club in order for me to get my points that I need for this month. So if you want to push for Elite, like freaking do it. Freaking do it. The top 200 Elite coaches, top 200 get $500 a month just starting next year, just for being a top 200 Elite. $500 a month added to their paychecks just because they are top 200 Elite. And again, y'all, this might be, it's not easy. I don't want to say it's easy to achieve because it's not. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes time. But if your ATV is not that high from last year, then those points would be easier for you to attain if you were adding coaches and building to your network. You know, if you're instilling what Success Club is and why it's so important for you to hit it, and if you're hitting Success Club, those points would, like I had my first year as a coach, last year as a coach, I had like 162 Elite points. I didn't even know what Elite was or what Premier was. I didn't have the diamonds, right? But because our ATV was so high, because I had, you know, so many people hitting Success Club, I wish I would have known what Premier was, because I would have been a Premier coach if I would have pushed for it and if I would have gotten those diamonds, right? But I had no idea. So I just want to make sure you all understand this. It's not easy. It does take work, but it is totally, totally doable. Does anyone have any questions about Premier or Elite before I move on to income really quick? I know it's 8:41, so I want to try and get to these last 2 slides. All right. So income. You make 25% retail commission on anything you personally sell. So any programs, any challenge packs, anything like that, you make 25% commission. And we get paid every Thursday. So you'll go, if you go into your online office, you go to my commission or my business, my commissions, you're going to see your commissions for the week. They don't pop up till Thursday, and our weeks go Thursday to Thursday. So anything you made from last Thursday to this Thursday will go into your bank account the next Thursday. But if you click on the commission, it breaks down to what you got paid for. So in the beginning, it's going to be a lot of retail commission, right? It's going to be challenge packs. It's going to be the things that you're personally selling. Especially if you're selling this Beachbody On Demand subscription, you make the challenge pack, the all access, you make $70 in commission. But if those people are upgrading, if the people you already have are upgrading or keeping their Beachbody On Demand subscription, you make 40% on the Beachbody On Demand subscription. Like I said, y'all, this is not my income. I took this from someone else. But my subscription commission last week was like $300 just for my subscription commission, just from Beachbody On Demand. And a lot of that was because people were upgrading. It's not normally that high, but I mean, hey, $300 for people upgrading to Beachbody On Demand, like, I'll take it, right? So like I said, you get 40% off Beachbody On Demand, and that's what this says right here, subscription commission. And then you get, as an Emerald coach, $14 per cycle as Emerald, $18 per Diamond. So you'll see right here where it says team bonus. That team bonus is from those cycle bonuses. So, you know, those range. It depends on how your team is doing. It depends on if they're hitting Success Club. It depends on, you know, that kind of stuff. So if you're instilling that in them, why Success Club is so important, and why, and it's all about helping people. I don't want y'all to think that I'm all about making money, because I'm not. I would do this if I didn't get paid. I really would, because I love it that much. But this is what it could do for you. I just want to make sure y'all understand the financial benefit from this. As your coaches start making team bonuses. So as your downline starts making team bonuses, you make 5 to 10% of their bonus. So you'll see, like right here, there's a $4.20 bonus. Again, y'all, the more and more you are growing your team, the more those bonuses are. You also can earn a $100 fast start bonus, which is if you sign 5 coaches up in 5 weeks. So that's 1 coach a week. With a challenge pack, you make $100 on top of the commission you made from those challenge packs. And that's just an extra incentive. So that's awesome. Extra $100, right? Who wouldn't want that? So and I think I've only made that like once or twice. And honestly, like I didn't even think about it. Like I wasn't like, oh, this is my 5th coach I'm signing up in 5 weeks. Like it would just so happen that I signed up 5 coaches in 5 weeks. All right. Another reason why it's so awesome to be a Star Diamond coach, if you are 2-star and above, you actually can make quarterly bonuses. So what Beachbody does is they take 2% of all bonus cycles earned and distributed among all of the qualifying 2-star diamonds and above, and they split it up. So they get, you know, the average 2-star quarterly bonus is around $1,000. I got one of these once this year, and it was like 8 something. It was around $800, and that's on top of my commission. That's on top of my retail. That's on top of my other team bonus. Like it's just a quarterly bonus every quarter. As a 5-star quarterly bonus, they get between $3,500 and $4,500 plus the 2-star team bonus, because they're 5 stars, so they do get that 2-star bonus. So think about this, the average 15-star diamond quarterly bonus, $30,000 to $50,000 just on their team bonus, or this quarterly bonus. Plus, they get all of these too. Okay, so they're making say their 15-star diamond bonus is $30,000 for the quarter, and it's all this last or the first column, so they make $30,000 plus $10,000 plus $3,500 plus $1,000 just for their quarterly bonuses. All right, like, right? Insane. Some people don't make that in a year with their full-time job. Like, mind blown, right? So again, if you're thinking, well, that's good for them, that's not possible for me, then yeah, it won't be possible for you because you don't believe in it, and you won't push for it, and you won't work for it. But I can tell you right now, I will be one day getting a $30,000 check for a quarterly bonus. I can tell you that right now, because I'm going to work my butt off to be able to do it, because that's freaking awesome, right? So that is just one perk, another perk of being a Star Diamond bonus. And remember, y'all, the top 200 elite coaches every year get $500 a month just for being in the top 200. Again, y'all, totally doable, like totally doable. Bonnie Engel hasn't even been coaching for she's maybe coaching 3 years. I think she signed up right before me. And she is number 2 in the company. Like, it is totally doable. It's totally doable. You just have to have that drive and that want for it. So the last thing is, before I open up to questions, Your income is a direct reflection of the people's lives you are helping and changing. So I do want to make sure that y'all know that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. You have to show up every day when you don't want to. You have to be showing up on Facebook. You have to be sharing your journey and being a product of the product and doing this for daily vital behaviors and doing the vital process in order for you to see the success you want in this business. Some of you might not want to be premier or elite or top 10 or whatever, but some of you might want that, or some of you might just want the income that comes with it. So that means you have to work your butt off, all right? Does anyone have any questions? I just wanted to make sure y'all understood why Emerald rank is so important, why Diamond rank is so important. And y'all, once you get to those goals, if you set a goal to be Emerald or you set a goal to be Diamond, don't just get to that goal, celebrate, and then stay there. No, like challenge yourself even further. Challenge yourself, okay, I'm Diamond, now let's get to 1-star. Like, let's push for it, right? If you drop rank, don't throw yourself a pity party. Get back up. Keep going. Move forward. Find other coaches that actually want this, that actually get it, or that people might not realize it right away, and you can't get frustrated with that. I was one of those people, I didn't realize what I was sitting on, right? But get them involved. Get people to go to your Super Saturday events. Get people to talk about Summit on your Facebook. Like, if you go to Summit this year, freaking blast that all over Facebook, because guess what? I've had coaches, Ashley Bugash on this call. I think she's on this call. She was on this call. She saw me at Summit after 8 months of me like asking and begging for her to be on my team. She messaged me while I was in Nashville and said, hey, I want to go to Summit. How do I do that? And I was like, well, you got to be a coach. And she's like, okay, I'll sign up. Like, after 8 months of me being like, asking her over and over and over, and she told me no and no and no. And then she saw me at Summit and she wanted to go. Like, that was one of the reasons I started building, because I saw Lindsay staying all these people at these awesome parties at Summit, and I was like, I want to do that. But don't wait till Summit. Summit's not till July, all right? You have like 5 months or 6 months until then. You need to be working your butt off. You need to be showing up every day. And y'all, I know, like, I don't talk about my income very often, but if I'm able to like pay off a credit card, like last week I made a post about my income because it was the biggest check I ever made with Beachbody. I didn't say how much it was. And you can, if you want to, just make sure you put, anytime you talk about income, you put the income disclaimer on your post, so you're not going to get flagged and in trouble from Beachbody, because they will call you out on it, and you will get in trouble. But, you know, if you are able to pay your grocery bills, if you're able to pay off a credit card or whatever, buy a computer, like whatever, or just make an extra $100, like talk about it. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I made $100, like look at me. No, but people don't understand what this can do for them. Like, I didn't know before that 15-star diamonds make $30,000 on a team bonus or a quarterly bonus. You know, I didn't know that until I went to Summit, and I saw Janelle Summers get a $30,000 check just because. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Like, I want a $30,000 check just because, right? Just because I'm helping people get healthy and fit. Like, what? Right? Mind blown. So does anyone have any questions about any of that? I know it was information overload. I know. But it's so important that I just want to make sure everyone understands it. Especially like star diamonds and diamond, and like it's totally doable. It's not doable. It's just you got to put in the work. You got to put in the effort. So talk to your team. Like, if you already have people on your team and that is one of your goals, like sit down and be like, look, this is one of my goals. Are y'all in it with me or not? Totally fine if you're not, right? If you don't want to be diamond, like I can't say I want to be a 10-star diamond and not have 10 people that want to push for diamond, right? I mean, I could get new people that might want to push for it, but I can't say I want to be a 2-star diamond and have all discount coaches on my team and none of those discount coaches want to build, right? So talk to your coaches, reach out to them, talk to them about hitting emerald, and don't say, all right, y'all, you need to be diamond today. Like, that's not realistic. I mean, it could be diamond today, but they'd have to do a shit ton of work. So talk to them about setting small goals. All right, y'all, let's all hit Success Club this month. All right, once y'all hit Success Club. All right, y'all, those Success Club points, those people that signed up with you last month, talk to them about joining your team next month. and they join your team, you'll be emerald, right? And then you go from there. Take it small goals at a time, but all of these are totally doable for you if you are willing to put in the work. So that's all I wanted to say. Does anyone have any questions? I know it was a lot of information. Y'all have to have something for me, right? Nothing? None of y'all have questions? Y'all lying. Y'all lying. I had a ton of questions when I was trying to figure this out on my own. So y'all have to have some type of question.
I have a question.
Yes.
So do you think that with this yearly subscription to Beachbody On Demand that we'll end up making less actually?
No. Mm-mm. Because, yeah, you make like...
Normally you would make what, like $14 or $15 quarterly?
Yeah, but
right?
those people are staying around longer. That's the way you have to think about it like this. They're staying around longer because they have a yearly subscription. If you're showing them the value of Shakeology in your challenge,
some of my people like started with the free 30-day thing, and then they just kept it because they like it, but they weren't actually on Shakeology. You know how you have this.
But even those people, showing them, I mean, if they honestly, like anyone that's bought, even if they've bought a challenge pack from me in the past, or even if they were on just like the free 30-day subscription, I talked them into buying a challenge pack, an all access challenge pack, because they're getting the meal plan, they're getting the containers, they're getting the Shakeology, and then they're getting their yearly subscription. So if you're going to get the yearly subscription anyway, you pay, yes, it's $100 more, but you're getting $130 worth of Shakeology plus.
No, I understand all that. I'm just saying, so like I have a girl that so instead of paying the $38.80, whatever, 7 quarterly, where you used to get like $14, let's say 4 times a year. So then that's what, like $60 you would make from it. So if they just buy the $99 one, how much, do you know how much commission? Like I didn't calculate it out, so I didn't know if it was the same or if it's going to be less.
Whatever that 40% is. What's 40% of 99? It might be a little. It might be a little less, but yeah, it might be a little less. But those people are staying around longer. So if they're buying, like if they're around longer and you're keeping them in your challenge groups and you're adding value in your challenge groups and showing them Shakeology and adding like pumping up Shakeology, I've already had people that have never bought Shakeology from me see in my groups, and they see all these other people drinking Shakeology, and they've done the 99 they've done the 99 whatever. They're buying Shakeology from me now. So yeah, I might have lost a little bit of money of them doing the all access, but I also got money from that. So that, I mean, yeah, it might be a few dollars less. I honestly don't know. I didn't even look.
I just was thinking about it the other day. But then one more question. So you were talking about a teammate challenge in your challenge groups. Mm-hmm. And I just was curious what that is because I don't know.
We revamped our challenge groups, like completely revamped our challenge groups. So in week 2, because week 2, people fall off the most, like you kind of get people going MIA. We did a teammate challenge. I split up. I think we have 12 teams because we have like 60 something people in my challenge group right now. So I did 12 teams. I'm not on one. It's just everyone else. I included any coaches as well. I split them up into teams randomly, and I made a post yesterday, like explaining like, hey, we're doing this teammate challenge. These are our teams. Every day you have an assignment, and the person that, so I do it by individual person and then by team. So any individual person that participates in that daily challenge will get 5 points, and when everyone on their team participates, they get an extra 2 points. And then at the end, whoever has the most points will get a prize, and then whatever team has the most points will get a prize. So I can actually send you my guide. Like I have a guideline for each week. We're completely changing how we run our challenge groups, but I can send you because like that's not for every week. That's just for week 2. But I can send you or post it in Tribe Health. Let me make a note.
We're in week 2 also, but that's what I also wrote down, like, how many times do you usually post sorry, I'm like going question overload, and I don't want to take up anybody else's time, but how many times do you usually post per day in your challenge groups?
Once.
Okay. That's what I do.
I post as a challenger, so like I do the assignment that they're doing. I might post my sweaty selfies in my Shakeology, but as a coach post once.
That's what I do too. But then some people I talk to do like multiple ones, but I don't have the time to check in that often. I mean, I check up with them individually, but not keep checking in for like future things. Okay, thank you.
I'll send you that challenge group guideline just so you can.
Okay, that would be great.
You can message me and ask me questions too. Any other questions? Any questions like specific about rank, about income, about challenge groups, whatever you want to ask me.
What did you say the $100 fast start bonus was for?
5 coaches with challenge packs in 5 weeks. So if you sign up 5 coaches this week, you get $100 extra bonus. If you sign up a coach for the next 5 weeks each week, you get $100 bonus.
So you can get that more than once. Like you can get it multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you sign up 10 coaches in 5 weeks, you get $200.
$200.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have any questions regarding rank, income? Have y'all looked I know some people are brand new, but have y'all looked at your income, the breakdown, if you are Emerald or above, how much you've made off your team bonuses? When you get a paycheck, don't just look at that number. Go look at your team bonuses. Go look at your just to see. I don't necessarily keep track of it, but I look. If I notice that my team's volume is super high, I'm expecting a higher team bonus, right? But I go and look just to see. Like I said, last week my subscription commission was insane. The week before, my team bonus, and in the beginning, my retail always outweighed my team bonuses, right? Because in the beginning, I was selling retail more. I was selling challenge packs. I was, getting those people involved. And then my team wasn't as big. And they weren't actively coaching even when they got bigger. So, my team bonuses weren't that big. It was $14, $14, $18. And then it started growing and growing and growing. I think the most I've gotten is $500 just from a team bonus, y'all. So and you don't need, it's not like you need 30, 50 coaches underneath you in order to do that. If you have 10 people that are kick-ass challengers and they become kick-ass coaches, that's all you need. All you need to be elite is 5 kick-ass coaches. That's it. And those people are building and those people are pushing, right? All you need for Premier is obviously you need to be diamond. So you have to have some coaches, some discount coaches underneath you, or some coaches that are slowly building or whatever. But that's it. That's all you need is 2 people that get it and that just run with it. All right. So make sure you are hitting Success Club every month, y'all. With this All Access Challenge Pack, it should not be hard. It shouldn't. I know that it shouldn't. You get 3 points every challenge pack you sell. It's 2 people. We all know way more than 2 people who need this in their life. If you're not inviting, if you're not posting, if you're not reaching out to people, following up with people. I realized the other day I went to go follow up with someone and she had messaged me interested months ago and I forgot to message her back. And guess what? She already signed up with someone else, but guess whose fault that is? Mine. It's mine because I let her fall through the cracks. I forgot to message her back. All right? So don't do that. Go follow up with people. There are people that have told me no for months. There's a girl in my challenge group who has told me no for a year and a half. She has literally said, no, I can't do it. No, I can't afford it. No this, no that. For a year and a half. A year and a half. And when I reached out to her and I said, hey, we have this All Access Challenge Pack. I thought of you. I don't know if it's something you're interested in. She bought it. And she's super excited and she's probably going to sign up as a coach because we've been talking about it. Y'all, do not take no for never. Not what that means. It means no, not right now. And don't pressure anyone either. They'll come when they're ready, but you still have to follow up with those people. You still have to reach out, even if they told you no. So just reach out to people, follow up with people, be a product of the product, show up every day, show that you're working out, show that it's working for you. And there should be no reason why you can't hit Success Club. Okay? We all good? Anyone else have any other questions? Y'all are so quiet tonight. I don't know how I feel about it. Super Saturday wore y'all out or something? Huh? All right. Well, that's it.